Good
Awesome.
morning, Sydney. We are back. Day two's better than day one. They're the rules, Woodsy.
I'll tell you one thing, but how good is it we've been welcome back after day one?
I know.
It's always a good sign.
It is. How was the feedback yesterday, guys? You get any feedback from anyone?
I didn't have time to ask anyone.
You're so busy.
Oh, no. It was great. And I loved all the lovely listeners called in and wished us all the best. It was fantastic. What about you, Beau?
Sure, but I got feedback.
Did you?
Got home yesterday afternoon. Went and tried to lay down, right, just after lunch. My wife comes in and my wife, Cara, goes, "Hey, how was the show?" I said, "Yeah, good, darling. We'll just let me have a little bit of a nap. Been up since 3. Yeah. Do you want some feedback? I said, "Yeah, I'd love nothing more than some feedback from you right now, darling." Yeah. I like Kat, she says to me. I said, "Yeah, Kat's,
Smart woman.
Kat's fantastic."
So
She goes, "I'd like her to talk more." I said, "Well, she's got a bit on. She's paneling the show, keeping us all out of court at the moment with the dump button." I said, "Anyone else?" She goes, "I really like Tarsh as well." I said, "Interesting. What about, And she goes, "No, that's it. That's it."
What have we done wrong?
Well, I think, she goes, "Oh, I've been listening to you boys, talk shit for 20 years. I don't want to hear it every day." I said, "Oh, well, get used to it." But the listeners, we had plenty of guys call up, especially when they switch stations as well, double the entries, and it's all to go to Vegas. Everyone wants these Vegas tickets. Now, I accidentally said all-inclusive. Apparently, this isn't all-inclusive. Tell me if I'm wrong. 2 return flights from Sydney to Vegas. We're going to send 2 listeners. 4 nights accommodation in a 4-star property, which is basically all of them. Airport transfers, 500 Australian spending money, which hopefully the exchange rate's dollar for dollar when they go in a month.
Good luck.
And 2 tickets to all the games at Allegiant Stadium. Obviously, Raiders, Warriors, and the Sharks versus the Mighty Panthers. And all they have to do is call in, Kat.
Very simple. Just contribute to the show. Every caller that gets on air automatically on that standby list. If you call and tell us that you've switched over from another station, we'll put your name in twice.
Yeah, double the entries. Please
Exactly.
do that. It feels good. I spoke to a couple of people that got switched on, and they're not happy about it. But keep it coming. Keep calling in. Give us feedback as well. Now, balls, and more balls are washing up. We had last October, the eastern suburbs were flooded. Should I say flooded with these mysterious sphere-shaped balls? Now
Round?
Well, Tarsh calls them sphere-shaped. Let's just call them round.
Yep.
For research purposes. Now the Northern Beaches has been inundated with they're grey balls.
This is so weird. So you're right, Beau. The balls were washing up on beaches in the east last year. Now Little Manly. Now these balls have washed up on Little Manly, which is on Sydney's northern suburbs.
That's in between Shelley Beach and Manly Beach, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is mind-blowing, no one knows how these balls have washed up, where they're from, and the local Environment Protection Authorities investigated, and they've found that some of these balls that are washed up last year contained human hair, illicit drugs, fatty acids, and soap.
You have our attention.
I know.
Okay. They reckon, some of the people that I heard of in the eastern suburbs, they reckon and I feel sorry for these guys, when they sampled the balls, they put their pinky in the balls and rubbed it on their gums.
Oh,
really?
That's how they found out the hard way.
Wouldn't you smell it first?
No, you wouldn't touch them.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Well, so hang on. If you
I wouldn't
found a
touch it.
parcel, right, at the beach, you're there with your family, Tarsh, in your wetsuit or your stinger suit, whatever you wear, with your lovely hat, all prepared, sunblock,
Sun Smart.
Cabana, and a parcel washes up, right? Just into your lap. You're
Sure.
sitting there building a sandcastle, doing what you do every Sunday, Balmoral, and a parcel washes up into your lap, like a brick-shaped parcel. You wouldn't open it.
No, absolutely
She'd
not.
put her hand and go, lifeguard.
Yeah.
know
Citizens
you're
arrest
for it.
herself. Citizens arrest herself.
But she allegedly picked it up.
She allegedly, and she's filming herself and she's reporting to herself. She's trying to because she carries a microphone everywhere, you know that?
Yeah.
And she's reporting to herself, Tarsh, while she's handcuffing herself, and then comes here and breaks the news and throws to herself in Surrey Hills Prison.
If a reporter followed you, Beau, I would have a lot of exclusives, wouldn't I?
Well, yeah.
And you'd be in a lot of trouble.
I mean, look, it's washed into your lap. Obviously, you'd look over your shoulder to make sure who's watching and who's not watching. You'd open it to see what it is.
100%.
And then if
any
it's-
human would open it up.
If it is a brick of drugs, you just throw it back in the ocean.
Do you know what they've also found in them?
Then keep an eye on it and watch where it goes. And come back in about 45 minutes later.
They've
And tell
also-
the police that you've found this.
Sure. Done some digging. I've been investigating both Beau and Woodsy, and I've spoken to someone that knows you incredibly well. His name is Shane Flanagan,
Oh.
Never heard
who
of
is
her.
the
Who's
current
that?
coach at the Dragons.
Oh, that'll do me.
And he coached both of you at the Sharks.
Yeah.
Couple of bombshells. Here's Shane.
Hello.
Shane Flanagan, Tarsh Belling here. How are you?
Hello, Tarsh. How are you?
I am great, thanks. Look, to be honest, I'm a bit nervous. Now, you have coached both Beau and Woodsy. I'm working with these guys on our new Triple M show. Should
Good
I
luck.
be, yeah, I was just about to say, wish me the best of luck. How should I be feeling?
Very, very nervous, especially with Beau. Woodsy's a gentleman. The other bloke is a gentleman, but he's got some issues.
He's got some issues. Now, Flynn, I also understand, we already know this, Beau loves a nudie Rudy. Is that correct?
Yes, he does. It was no matter what time of the day, you could go over to the dressing sheds at Shark Park and there was a good chance you would see Beau strutting around in the nude. I don't know why. He'd be sometimes on his own and sometimes he'd have one of his weird mates like Chris Heinington or someone following him around just talking to him, and Beau would just do it in the nude. I don't know why.
One of the best interviews ever in my career was speaking to the wonderful Shane Flanagan about you two blokes. Of course, he's currently the coach at the Dragons. Now, he revealed a couple of secrets about you earlier, but now he talks about both of you, Beau and Woodsy, being the greatest pranksters. Take a listen. Just super quickly, what were one of the best sledges with Woodsy?
Oh, mate, he used to just pick someone out. Like he calls Nico Hines. Can I what the I said I'm glad it's raining because your hair's going to get a wash. So, he just things like that, you know, like just I don't know where he got away. Beau was pretty good at it. Beau was a real annoyer. He annoyed Fafita that bad, like he kept throwing the ball at him, during training and hitting him in the head. And Fafita said to him, "If you do it again, I'm going to kill you." So guess what? Beau did it again, and Fafita chased him out onto the road in front of Shark Park, out onto the road, and it was never going to catch Beau, but chased him for a good 20 minutes, and finally got him. And then there was another time, Beau kept they were at a cafe up at Cronulla, and Beau kept taking food off Luke Lewis's place, like taking a chip off his plate, and kept doing it. And Lewis once again said to him, "If you do that again, I'm going to jam this fork into your hand." So he did it again, and Beau ran and hid himself behind the kitchen in the store, and the shop owner had to ring me up and to come up, and because Luke Lewis is going to kill him, the shop owner rang me up to come and get Luke Lewis, bring him away because he's going to kill Beau. But there was so many people going to want to kill
God,
Beau.
Flana, that is unbelievable.
I've got a nude one for you.
Oh, yeah, go.
Beau, the vitamin tablets that the players take, they're about, 10 centimetres long.
Yeah.
He stuck numerous ones up his rectum and spat them out, shot them like a gun.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is what I had to deal with. I'd come over and they'd be laughing at him spitting vitamin tablets out of his rectum, one after another after another.
Oh, like a Nerf gun.
Yes, yes.
Oh, my God. Wow, he's got skills we don't know about. Are you okay, Beau?
I don't. I remember most of them. The rectum one, I don't know.
What was going through your head that time?
I don't know.
How many did you fit in there?
I can't. I think. Look, it would have been a situation where Gallen would have peer pressured me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because he's a bully. I wouldn't have thought of that stuff on my own. We just kept pushing it, didn't we? Off the back of Shane Flanagan calling in about an hour ago, calling in earlier, which we're going to have on our podcast, obviously, with these little rumours and allegations, what Woodsy and I used to do. It brought back a lot of memories. I do miss rugby league. Do you miss it, Woodsy?
Oh, I'm sort of in that just transition stage. I'll probably miss it halfway through the year.
So you don't miss it. Okay, great. Thanks for helping me out there.
Just the preseason at the moment.
I love some of the best years of my life. The West Tigers, I enjoyed it. I really
was
loved
fun.
going. I loved going to training. I loved the crowd out there. I loved playing. Still talk to someone from the Tigers on a weekly basis. And then I enjoyed my time at Cronulla as well. It was a different group of people, but I was a bit more mature, and I really enjoyed that time as well. I was doing Footy Show at the time, and I loved playing rugby league. It's all I ever wanted to do. And my love of rugby league come back from when I was a little kid. When I was about 7, I picked up a football. And my nan used to take me to the Bulldogs games out of Belmore. Every second Saturday I was at Belmore Sports Ground. We called it heaven to watch the Mighty Dogs play. Terry Lamb was my favourite player.
Big bar.
Now, my daughter goes for the Cronulla Sharks because we live in Cronulla. And my son goes for the West Tigers, which I love. So, it suited me perfectly. So when they play each other, I'm a bit torn. We live in Cronulla. I'm very proud to have some history there. And they're going well, and I love watching them. But if they are playing the Tigers, my heart's with the Tigers. Obviously they're coming off, a pretty hectic last 3 to 5 years, maybe 10 years, if we're going to be brutally honest.
Yep.
My heart is with the West Tigers. What about you, Woods?
I've had 5 clubs.
Yeah.
Heart's not big enough.
Yeah, sorry. We don't have enough time.
I was a Manly supporter growing
supporter.
up, but obviously Tigers through the ranks, juniors. I love the club. I love the Tigers as well. But with the Bulldogs, right, with your relationship,
Yeah.
when you did DJ Yallah,
Yes.
do you still get like the fans still love it? They want you to bring it out. Is that a bit of an attachment with you with that club?
Many people ask me about DJ Yallah. Now, I spoke to him about a month ago. He's had some passport issues.
Yeah, how's he been?
He's struggling. He was in Egypt.
Who's
and
his
He
agent?
got caught in Jordan with some, he said, she said. But I
Okay.
think he'll be back for the season opener. I reckon he'll be around. Don't be surprised if he turns up at one of the Bulldogs games early in Belmore. I can't promise you that because it's out of his hands. It's like a whole tax evasion situation. But it's going to be.
Maybe we
okay.
should speak to Gus about trying.
Maybe
to
we
organise
should
it.
we'll try and
He's
get
got some good
Gus on.
hookups.
But when I watch the rugby league now and the Tigers are playing, obviously I'm cheering for them. But when they play the Bulldogs,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So you're happy for being Tigers over the Sharks, but not Bulldogs over the Tigers?
When the Bulldogs are playing the Tigers, obviously I want the West Tigers to win, but I find myself cheering for them. Obviously, when the Tigers missed the 8 last year, Sharks got knocked out. I was all in on the Dogs.
Wow.
I found myself cheering for them. Yes, they're an underdog, but they're building something nicely. And I got the history there, and I love watching the Dogs.
So you were cheering for the Dogs
I was cheering for the Dogs.
after
big
the
time.
Sharks got knocked out after the Dogs.
Sharks got knocked out around
Oh.
the same time as the Dogs. But I
Wow.
like watching the Bulldogs. And it's funny because you even played for them.
Yes,
you
I
couldn't
did.
care less, right?
I was there for 10 minutes.
It was
paycheck,
9 minutes. It was 9 minutes
And
you
a
were there.
half.
But the Doggies hold a very special
No,
place
they're a
in
great
my
club.
heart.
Great
Oh,
club.
now you've changed your tune, mate. You just talk shit about them now. You change your tune.
I do like going back there. They got. You know what I love about the Dogs is the fan base.
You're scared of the fan base. That's why.